All right, I guess I'm a minute early. Let me check on my sound. Let's see what. All right. Okay. If you are here and you can hear me, then go ahead and let me know that. Sounds really good, though. Okay. So I have my headphones on, but I don't want to hear myself through my headphones. But that's the only way I know if the sound is coming out properly. So let me know what the sound is like for you guys, and I'll go ahead and just talk. I am going to demonstrate, but more like practice. By demonstrate, I mean practice, how to do this zigzag stitch on the back of these journals. And it's such a cool stitch. I did this as part of a challenge I was involved in with, let me make sure I say this right because I want you guys to know their name, Vintage Page Designs. And it was a scrappy journal challenge. And so, yeah, this takes time, but it's really super cool. And hold on, let me see if I can make it a little sharper for you. I don't know if that worked, but anyways, but yeah, it's a really cool, it looks really cool on the back, and you can pull all the colors that are on the front and everything right into the back and just make it so nice. And that was part of a challenge that I did, and I'm hoping to teach how to do something similar to that book coming up in next month or something. So I want to practice this because it is hard for me. Hi, Josie. Welcome. It is hard for me, so I want to do it. And so I figured I would just do a little bit of it here. This is a journal that I've been putting together for my my oldest, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan is her cup of tea. And so I thought this would be kind of a fun journal to give her that she could just put, you know, on her desk or whatever, just to write notes in. It's nothing super special. It's just something that she can use. And come to think of it, this is probably like a fancier uh, stitch than this needs, but I wanted to do it anyway. So I'm going to practice first, though. And hi, Darla. And so let me see. Well, this one's not really long enough, is it? Okay, let me grab a long enough piece of paper. I don't know if this one is or not. Let me see. No, need it to be a little bit longer than this. All right, I guess I'll just have to get a regular piece of cardstock. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Okay, so hi, Charlene. Oh, stick around. There's going to be something really, really special that I'm putting together with another person who loves to junk journal. And it's going to be free, and it's happening next month. So Charlene, if you have wanted to make a journal for a while now, this is going to be a an event that you will enjoy. Hi, Flo. How are you? All right. How many have been here before? I know Darla has. I'm not sure about Josie and Charlene and Flo. Have you guys been here before? And if you have, welcome back. If you have not, welcome. We always have kind of a cool and relaxed time here. Thanks, Darla. So here's how this is achieved. All this is a, I don't know, like a foam board kind of thing. And let me make sure that I'm in the right place that you're able to see this. Let me set things aside really quick. So hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is actually needs to be 9 inches. And so I am going to cut that at 9 inches. And this isn't a really important part of this. Oh, good. Welcome back, Charlene. So let's see. All right. And this is just a guide so that I know where to poke the holes. And so I'm just going to use an awl and just start poking the holes. And this is a little bit more of an extensive stitch. And, you know, please, if you've never done journaling before, do not think that you have to do this. This is just something that is, it's just something that you can, you know, do later. But I will be teaching this specific thing coming up next month. So if you're not on my email list yet, you'll want to go over to Create a Handmade Holiday and get on that email list, or createahandmadeholiday.com. Hello, my friend. And get on my email list so that you get those notifications of when it's happening. And then and we'll tell you more about it next month because it's a surprise. But anyways, I am going to just practice on this specific little piece of paper first, and just before I get, you know, into doing the actual cover. And there are many, many easier ways of binding. Hi, Anita. Hi, Tina. Got a full house today. Welcome, everybody. So in case you guys didn't see, I am going to be doing, I'm going to be practicing this way of sewing in signatures into a book. And the reason why is because I've done this a few times. It's not like second nature yet. I don't know when it will be, but I want it to be, because I want it to be easy for me to teach, you know. So the first thing I've done was just use my guide, where did I set that down? Oh, here it is. I used a guide to poke the holes, and now I'm going to do a little bit of practice. And so when this is done, this is usually done with 4 signatures, right? And so we're going to sew them right into the book. And since I'm not doing this just yet, I don't have the holes poked here, but I'll show you that when I start sewing this in. But for now, let me just say that that this row here, if you could see all those holes, is row 1. That's where signature 1 goes. The second row is signature 2, third is 3, and 4 is fourth. And they go backward, and that's kind of confusing. But you'll see why later. So when I start, this is just cotton thread. It's the kind that you might use for, not necessarily for cross stitch, but maybe just for embroidery, sashiko maybe, something like that. So if this is the back, well, let's just do this. Let me make sure I remember how to do this. Hang on 1 second. I think I just need help with this to start. So 1 second. This is a reason why I'm not teaching this today, because I'm just practicing it. But I just wanted you guys to see it because it's really so cool. And it's just going to be a second. Where's everybody from? You guys post in the chat where you guys are watching from. And let's see. That's interesting. And I know Monique is from she's hailing from a new place this time. Let me see how I would have. So the first time that we are, okay, so this is actually the inside. This one is going to be actually the outside. That's what was confusing for me. So when you start, we're starting here, I believe. And when we're working on it, like when we come out the back, we're working upward. So you will see that I started with row 1 and I ended with row 2, which means that we're going to be sewing in 2 signatures at a time, at all times, really, you know. Ooh, Monterey, love Monterey. Altaloma. Yes, I know. I know. My surprise coming soon is actually going to contain this. So anyways. Okay, so maybe I'm doing this a little bit wrong here. Yes, I am, I think. Okay. I really need a little bit of help. So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I find what I need. Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. So let me turn the sound off of that so you guys don't need to hear that. Okay. So actually, let me just go ahead and do the actual thing because I think it's going to take a while anyhow. And so here's the inside of here. And theoretically, I would be marking these 1, 2, well, I guess I still can, 3 and 4. And I can sort of see that. So I'm going to mark these 1, 2, 3, and 4 also. And this is an erasable pen, so it's not. I can just go back and erase that. I love these pens. As a matter of fact, these are friction pens. Does anybody use these? They're so great. And so I said we were going backwards. So this is how they're actually going to go in. And when they're all in, signature number 4 will be the top one. So let's set these aside. And we're working with signatures 1 and 2. But the first thing I probably need to do is I need to poke the holes, like I said before. So I've done just like I did with this. Oops. Okay. I am going to go through, and I actually did it on here too, I think, right here. I'm actually going to fold it on row 1 here of the guide. And this is what's going to tell me where. I'm going to stick this right into the center there and make it flush up here. And then I am going to just do row 1. And what I want is for the fold to be right in the gutter of the signature. And I'm just going to go through and follow that, and just making sure that I'm in the right place. And this particular book is not as long as, so it might create a problem for me, but I'll just have to deal with that when I get to it, I guess. This isn't the actual project. This is just something I'm doing on the side. Okay, so I've got those. Now I'm going to fold on row 2. And all right, I hope you're getting better, Tina. All right, making sure I'm in the gutter, and then I can go ahead and start poking these holes. And so signatures 2 and 3 will have more holes than signatures 1 and 4. And that's how the zigzag will be created. So this could be a problem for me. I'm not sure. We will see. So I've got those all in there, so I'm good. I've got 1 and 2 done. And let me make this a little smaller. And okay. So the first few stitches of this are just a little tricky, and it's going to make it look really kind of hard to do. But it's fine. It'll be okay. And I am going to go into number 4. No, I'm sorry, number 3. Into the second hole. All right, ouch. That's a sharp one. And because I am using black, I'm going to need a light. So, all right, and then I'm going to go into this hole, the second hole on row 2. All right. And is that right? Or do I have this the wrong way? I wonder if I have it the wrong way. Oh man, I just poked myself. I did something wrong here, guys. Hang on. For one thing, I poked myself and got blood on this. And why did this come out different? Oh. Why did it, though? I think I had already figured out what I was doing with this, but I don't know why this worked out this way. I guess it is just a little bit longer. That's a real bummer. I'm just like slightly off here. Okay, well, I'm just going to manage with it right now and see what I can do to make it work, because that's what we do around here, right? We just make things work. So I'm going to get my trusty gigantic monster of a cutter here, and I'm going to just look at where I'm at, and it looks like I'm going to have to cut just about halfway through there. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's actually open this. Okay. There's that bottom hole. There it is. And I'm just going to cut about halfway. Wait, that was the top, I think. So let me just do this here, and I'm going to line it up down here. And everything looks pretty good. Let me put this right about where it needs to be. About a 1/4 inch in. Put this all the way up here. Make sure everything feels good. Oops. And now I'm going to have to do that with every one of these, I think, in order to make it fit. And I'm really bummed that there's blood on that. I'm going to have to do something about that. Oh, on this side too, I'm going to have to put like something. Me. All right, let me see. Is it going to be this one or that one? I guess I'll just cut it off the bottom of each of these. So this is how we are handling this. Not with stress, not with anything like that. We're just gonna deal with it. And it's all good. Does anybody out there like throw their craft away if there's a problem? Like if you have any kind of mishap with it, or something doesn't come out right or whatever. Do you guys do that? I used to do that a lot, and it's such a bummer. It's really disheartening because there's so much promise when we pull out our supplies that, you know, they're just blank supplies, right? There's so much, like, to me, I don't know, maybe this sounds cheesy or whatever. There's like hope and promise in that, though, for me. And then when things start not going the way that I want it to, or looking the way that I want it to, you know, it used to be really easy for me just to be like, oh, this is not going to come out good at all. It's completely ruined, and there's no way I can fix it. So, you know, when I'm doing my crafts and stuff, I just do them live, and you know, if I make mistakes, I just make mistakes, you know, and that's for, that's so that you all can see me making mistakes and solving the problem, because it's important, you know, to, good, I'm glad you're feeling better, Tina. All right, I think it's just really important to make sure that we are sticking with our projects. Now where's my, I am losing things. Oh, guess what? I was sitting on it. That's so silly. All right, so this is number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just start poking the holes. I don't want to, I think I don't want to switch, you know, what I'm doing. So I'm going to fold it on line 3, and then I am going to start doing the holes. And I want this to stay. All right, and let me know if, I know that sometimes I go off screen because, you know, I don't have all the space. Yes, exactly, Monique, exactly. That's a good thing, Sandy. You know, I like to do that too, you know, just to make sure that, you know, maybe that thing didn't want to be that, you know, I don't know. And so I just kind of go with it. But yeah, I like for people to feel like it's normal to be human, you know what I mean, and to make mistakes, and to know that they can solve them. You know, if I can solve this, then you can solve your mistakes, and our projects can continue to be hopeful, and, you know, have our personality in it and all that kind of good stuff. So, all right, so now I've poked my holes. Now I've got 1 and 2, and we are going to get the party started now that I think I am at the place where I want to be. So, like I said, I'm using just cotton thread. You can use waxed thread, and it depends on what you're using, but that could be like easier on you to, you know, get the thread through all of the layers. But this thread is it's pretty cool. I like it. It's okay. I got it from the cross stitch section, but, you know, it was labeled as cotton thread. It was, I think, a store brand maybe of. Okay, so here's the first zig. I went through 2, like book 2, and now I'm going to go and pull this through here. I'm going to close that, pull this through here gently because I want to leave a tail here. And then I'm going to get book 1, and I'm going to go into the top of book 1. Okay, so what is all that about, Monique? Are you speaking like emoji language to me? Okay, and then I'm going to go, you know, into the next hole down and pull this out right here. All right, and so going in here again, I kind of want to pull that a little bit tight. Oh, I may not have used enough of this thread now that I'm thinking about it, because let's see. I might be cutting this very close, and that would be a bummer. So let me just make sure, because I really would hate to come short with this. Yeah, so this, like I said, this thread is from Hobby Lobby. It's just something, their store brand, I guess. And it really is just, it's not any that you can take apart like all the strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it seems like I might have had the right amount, but just in case. So you need a needle with a large eye for this thread, And you might even want to use like a needle threader. I'm kind of being lazy by not getting one, and I really probably should just get one. And of course I don't have one in here. Let me go grab one. Monique has secrets. I have secrets too. And one of the secrets is I have no idea where my needle threader is, so I guess I'm just going to have to make it work. Yeah. Oh, you mean the Jeffrey Dean Morgan? This is for Allie or Alex. My daughter, we called her Allie pretty much all of her life, but I intended to call her Alex, and that's what we called her when she was a baby. And then I don't know, we all started calling her Allie for some reason, and it just stuck. But she prefers Alex, so if I say Alex and you guys are used to hearing me say Allie, that is the reason why, because I believe that people should be able to be called whatever name they want. And so, okay, so I've got signature 2 started, and then like I said, I'm going to do the first zig. I'm going to go in there, open this back up, and pull this through, and I want just only a few inches of thread left in here. And I think what I'll do is use my trusty little clip here and just clip it in like that, because it's going to start looking like really super loose and funny, but you know, it'll be fine. It takes a minute for it to get looking like it's supposed to. So then I'm going to go into the top hole in signature 1. Come on, come on. Told you, it's really wonky at first. Uh-oh, don't do this to me. Probably need a better clip than this, but oh well. And then pretty much every stitch is going to be this far apart. Okay, so in this case, we're going into the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a zag right here and go into, I like to at first go into the spine and then into the hole. So I'm going into the same hole that I originally went into, you know, and this will start coming together and looking a little more normal in a minute. So there's that. Now I'm going to skip one hole and go into this one. All right, and then that means I'll go here and then I'll go through. Gosh, when this thread is long, it's really annoying. Oops. Okay, I don't know what that was caught on. Okay, and then I'll go through this hole here, and that will be, boy, this is just really getting stuck on everything. Get rid of that. All right, so we've got this here, and then we're outside of here, and now we're going to do another zig. And that zig is going to come out here, right? and it will go into the same hole that I went through. So I know that this is probably really, I mean, is anyone confused? Because I was definitely confused when I first started practicing this, but the more I do this, the easier it gets. And so, and part of that is just because I know what to expect, right? You know, when we know what to expect, we don't have to, you know, wonder if we're doing it right or wrong. So, keeping everything nice and tight. I've got my first few zigzags. And if you want to, you can sort of figure out how to pull things so that they remain tight. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I think I'm doing okay. All right. So now, every time you do a stitch, it's going to be this long. On 1 and 4, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches, 9 long stitches, right? And then in here, you're going to have 9 long stitches one way, and then you're going to have 9 long stitches in the alternate holes. So I feel like I'm probably being clear as mud, but you know, it's a really cool technique if you can get it. And I will, like I said, I will be teaching this, doing like a whole class on this at some point that I will tell you about later. All right, coming through. And so you can kind of see where there's like slack here, and you want to try to pull it, you know, as you're going, so you're not having all the slack. It's hard though, you know. This happens to me sometimes where I sew these in like at 2 different levels, and I'm not sure why that happens to me. But I think I've done it like all 3 times. It's weird. All right, so now I will go into this hole. Well, wait a minute. Oh, no. Wrong. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, I remember. I came in through the back. Now I'm going in through the front. Got it. All right. And there is something that, there's like a little knot in the thread that keeps like being like, nope, you're stopping here. All right. So now I'm going to skip a hole, come out through here. And I've seen this done, not necessarily like this, but more like, I mean, the stitch is the same, but, you know, done holding it up like this. So maybe I'll just try that for a bit, but let me see if I can get a little more focused. Yeah, there we go. And see if this works a little bit better. So here's signature 1 and signature 2. And I am going into, I know that I'm going into signature 1. So I will open that one. And then I will do my zag and then find where that can go into. And it gets a little bit tricky. So sometimes you just got to look at where the needle's coming in and guide it into the hole so it can come out. And that is proving to be hard. So I'm just going to do it this way. And boy, I'm not sure why this is being so stubborn, but oh, there we go. Okay. But I mean, it happens, you know, it happens. Getting that tight, skipping one. All right. Doing a zag going into row 2. So that is going to be signature 2. And now I will try this again to see if I can. There we go. All right. Easier. It's getting easier. As the tighter that I'm able to hold them inside of the book, the easier this gets. So, you know, it just gets easier and less confusing as you go along. But, you know, for the first time, it's actually really like, oh man, am I even doing this right? And if you feel that way, you're probably on the right track. And it really is okay if you do it wrong, you know, the first time or whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. You can just take the thread out and try again. It's all learning stuff, right? Goodness. Gosh, this one little knot right here just really is being so stubborn. Come on now. All right. That's really annoying. And these are looking a little bit loose here, which is a bummer. But I'm going to have to perfect that part, I guess. I'm going to have to make about 100 of these, I think, before I get this right, I think. All right. Sometimes it helps to poke the holes a little bit bigger. I'm going to see if I can get away with it by not doing that. Oops. Or get away with not doing it. But, you know, I'll see. So, bookmaking has fast become like one of my favorite crafts to do, because it's like, I mean, all crafts are making something out of, you know, basically a blank slate, but bookmaking is just so fun. I love doing it. Oops. It might be a good idea to move this. Am I out of focus? Yeah. All right. I don't have my camera on autofocus. It doesn't do that for some reason while it's filming or while it's being like a webcam. So I have to fix it myself. So anyhow, maybe when I get rich, you know, from YouTube ads, I'll get a new camera or something. I don't know. There's that. Putting that through there. And so, like I always say, you'll figure out some way that if you ever do this, you'll figure out a way that works for you. And You know, that's just always how crafting is. And that's why crafting is so charming, because it's got personality and stuff. You know, I love to give handmade gifts because, you know, they can be personalized, but they also have my personality in it, you know, my personal way of doing things, you know, and all that good stuff. So I am not, if you, oh, never mind, you wouldn't be. I was going to say if you're talking to me, but I wouldn't be hearing you talk. I also do like Zoom, a lot of Zoom stuff where people are actually talking to me while I'm doing this, while I'm doing a project. And I was confused which one I was in. Okay, come on now. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm really going to have to figure out why these are coming out like at different levels, because I'm using the same guide and I don't really understand why that's happening. So once I figure that out, I think, you know, I'll be ready to teach people how to do this. But, you know, before then, I don't know. This isn't the result that I would want you guys to have. All right. What's happening? Oh, okay, here. All right. And now let's zag into second one. And so it does get faster and easier as you get the hang of, you know, switching back and forth. That's really kind of the confusing part at first, is doing all the switching, because and like I said, especially if you don't know what you're looking at or what you're supposed to be seeing, you know, I know I'm supposed to be seeing these kinds of stitches, so I know I'm doing some of it right for sure. And did I not poke a hole here? Oh, no wonder. Am I missing some holes here? That's so weird. I am. That's very odd that I would miss those. Huh. All right, let's solve the problem without stressing out. So, okay, this needs to be one over here. And there needs to be one here and one here. I don't know how I missed those. That's so weird. But anyways, let's keep moving. All right. No wonder I couldn't find the hole to go into. Or out of, I mean. Right. Has anybody seen any good movies lately? Please do tell, because I'm always looking for stuff to watch. Let's see. This is hard. This is being really stubborn. Wonder if the paper shifted just a little bit, or the book, because it's really being weird. Ah, got it. I think next week we get to start telling secrets, right, Monique? So you guys, if you're on my email list, hello, Noe, how are you? Good to see you. I was just saying that I think next week, oh, I guess I need some holes here. Monique and I will be able to tell you guys some secrets, to reveal something we've been working on for you guys. And it's going to be so cool. You guys will love, love, love it. All right. So let's see. There's that. And we go into here. All right. So I'm done with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this through. Hang on. I don't want that. I don't know why I need to just do that. Okay. So I'm going to pull this through, and I want this to make like a little knot down here, and then I'll do it again, and then pull down to make a little knot, and I'll cut it right there. All right, so that's nice, right? It looks a little wonky, but you know, I said it was gonna. So now we need to get some more thread, and maybe I'll use some, what other color should I use? I was going to use black, but black is, oh no, he has blood on his face. This is horrible. Oh man. Okay, I can fix it though. I think what I can do is make him 3D, like cut out this, you know, and make him like kind of jump off the page a little bit more. So I think I'll do that. Regardless, I'll figure it out. I feel like I want to maybe use, oh, well, I guess I could use this blue. Let me see if I can find some blue. Yep, I think I do have a decent blue that I can use. But this is what I was talking about. It's the Artiste Cotton Craft Thread, and it's 36 skeins for $4. So let me see if I can find a decent color, and I think this one looks nice. And we'll go with that. And this is actually going to be really cool because you'll see some of the colors coming together in the second and third signatures. Is there a way to like pull one of these skeins without it being getting all like tangled? Because whatever that way is, I'd love to know. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And my needle is here. And okay. This is becoming difficult. Oh, will it work? Will you? Yes, very good. It worked. Okay. That's what y'all came here for, right? To see me threading a needle. Okay, so now we're going to go into, we're going to add, and to hear my husband cough. He's been sick. Sorry about that. All right. Poor guy. Whenever he gets sick, he keeps a cough. And then to top off his good week, he twisted his ankle last week, and he's home this week, which is really nice because I love having him home. But you know, he has been in pain for a while, and he's having a cough and everything. So anyway, he's gone to the doctor a million times for that cough, and they're like, we don't know. It's probably something like bronchitis. Did it go through this way? Yes, I did. Okay. So there's that. And now I'm going to go in over here. Wait a minute. I think I was supposed to go through a different way. I really hate that this is so staggered like this. I don't like it at all. Okay. Let me think. Is it the second one down? Okay. Give me a minute. And I need to just find my place. And figure out where to start. All right, so I'm going to start the second hole down in number 3. And we'll leave a tail here. All right. And then we'll go ahead and go up here into the top hole of the second signature. Now let me make sure I'm not pulling this out too far. All right, and remember we are going to skip a hole and go through this one. And it gets a little bit trickier when there's a little more fighting when the holes are small. Oh, I've got it. Okay. Where are you? All right. There we go. And it's also kind of hard to work with black, in my opinion. Uh-oh. I didn't pull you out, did I? Okay. I really don't like crocheting with black. I feel like it's hard to do. Okay, so this is in this one. And we're going to come through the same hole that I originally went into. And oh goodness, I just made a new hole. That's ridiculous. Whatever, that's fine. All right. And then we are going to skip one and then just continue to sew in the same way that we have been. Right? Keeping this tight. And okay, going into the second one here. Okay. All right. The more secure these are, and the less they move, and the less they move, the easier it is to find the holes. This first one was a little bit janky because it was loose. It's hard to like not start out, you know, the first the first couple books a little bit loose. It's kind of a bummer that it is that way, but I'm sure that, you know, with enough practice, it doesn't need to be that difficult, but I'm going to need some more practice for sure on this. All right. Yeah, I really like the way it's looking. You know, I like the look of it, you know, as long as these aren't loose, but they are, so I'll just have to accept it and move on. All right. And here we go. Oh. Okay, this must be you. Hmm. Okay. Stubborn. Very stubborn. All right. Oh man. This needle must be pretty sharp because it easily makes a hole through all the layers. I mean, this is only, I think this might only be 20-pound paper, so there's that, but anyway. All right. Hmm. Oh, that's so crazy that this needle is like that sharp. This hole is really being stubborn to me. There we go. You know, you guys, this might end up being just something that I keep for notes and, you know, make her another one. There's a few mistakes that I wouldn't want to send as a gift, you know, as much as I believe mistakes can be fixed and all that. It's in some cases it's just easier to do another one. And I'll keep it and use it. Set it by my desk and I'm always needing notepads and things, and it's just good practice, you know. All right, we are almost to the last one, you guys. And so a lot of this, you know, a lot of this work is just fiddly work, you know. And so if you are not a tedious, a person who doesn't mind tedious things, this might not be for you. But if you don't mind, or you are used to listening to a book or something, you know, while you're doing stuff like this, you know, then this might be something that you might want to learn. All right, last one. Let's see. There we go. All right. So there's that. And then we'll do this knot again, where I pull this through this loop and pull it down. And then pull it through the loop again and pull it, oops, nope, don't pull it yet. All right. I'm going to go underneath these, pull it through the loop and pull it down, and it makes a nice, neat little knot. And so I think I could probably do this with this as well. Maybe just pull it through like this with my awl. And yeah, it looks like I can. All right, just ideally these aren't going to be this loose, but remember my first one was my first stitches were kind of loose, so sort of lent itself to that nicely, but I wish it didn't, you know. So all right, so these ones are all nicely in, and then we've just got one more. And so we're just going to kind of do it the same way. And I think I'll do this in white again, because I don't really see any other color unless I want to do like brown or something, you know. But it's fine, I'll just do white. Okay. So remember I said 4 would be on the top. Oh, and you know what it should be done in between? Hang on. Since these want to like kind of puff out, it's a good idea to do the bone folder. It's better if you can do it after each one, because then it looks, I mean, it's a little harder to get it flat if you have them on top of each other, but other than that, it's fine. Okay, so they're looking pretty good. Aside from my little mishap of how I sewed that last one in, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to start at I think it's the second hole. Actually, let me make sure. Let's see. It might be this. Right, I believe it's here. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. A little teeny bit more instruction. I'm looking at pictures right now. So anybody else out there a see, hear, and do person? Because I am, and it's just one of those things for me. I wonder if I did this upside down. I think I might have. So let me go here, because this is my first hole right here. Is it going to do that again? Really? Let's see. Maybe it's this. Something's off with my little ruler thing, I think. So I'm just going to turn this over and just, I don't know, let it do what it's going to do, I guess. But yeah, something's off with my guide, and I'm going to need to figure that out. Or what might be off is that I lose my place, like after I make these, you know, or after I poke the holes or something, I might lose my place or something. I don't know what it could be that I am doing wrong that makes it uneven like this, but it's a bummer. All right. All right. Okay. So how many of you guys are thinking, wow, I really want to do that project after all of this? It's pretty involved, you know. Um, but it's worth the work if you could do it. You know, it's really cool. All right. No takers, huh? I understand. The challenge that I did with vintage page, what were they called again? Vintage page designs. If you guys want to check them out, I believe they have classes and challenges and things that they do. And, you know, they're just a group of bookmakers, and that's all they do. And the link is in the comments. Goodness, this is really, I'm trying to do this too fast, I think. So uh-oh. Something got wonky right here. Why did that happen? Aha, I got it. Yay. There we go. I believe their website is vintagepagedesigns.com. And this was a really cool challenge. It was actually a 5-day challenge to do this, do a full journal like the one I showed you in the beginning, this one. And it's really cute. Turned out really cute. I made mine a little bit different, and my project is not going to be exactly that, but I really do like the size, like the long size of this. I feel like it's a practical size for like on the counter or something like that, you know. You can use it for like a telephone book. You can use it for lots of different things. And you can even put like lined paper on the inside. I did that with one of these here. I made this paper, and it's really cool. It's like a mandala, like a really light, oops, I'm upside down, a really light mandala, you know, with some lines. And I just love it. I think it's practical. And then I left some blank as well. So, you know, for a couple different reasons. Some people might want to doodle in their journal and also take notes. I don't know. The junk journal can be used for many, many different things. And how is this a junk journal, you might be wondering. So, of course, you can use pages, you know, like paper that you've cut, you know, or whatever, and now you've only got like this size left or something, you know. I like to use up scraps and everything, but sometimes scraps don't lend themselves to this particular type of project. Those don't come in until, you know, any kind of embellishing or whatever. But you can use cereal boxes and such, you know, for the cover, and just, you know, cover them with paper and, you know, artwork or a picture like I did with this one. And